It is less than 5 days until the first foottrading.co.uk tournament goes live. If you're a site subscriber, you automatically get qualification for it. There's a cash prize of £50 to winner and cash prizes for second place as well. There'll also be some prizes dished out to other people that get involved in the tournament. We also have the buying and selling prices for every single card on this game. We've got people that have got multi-million coin budgets now. It's cheap for what you get. You get tons and tons. No one offers the amount we offer for your sub. So check out the website, make millions of coins, play in the tournaments, meet new people. But for now, let's get into the video. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. Make sure you subscribe if you're new around here. Click that like button and comment, it makes all the difference. As always, I am live directly after this video on Twitch. So if you want to come and get involved, talk to me, ask any questions, meet the community and become a part of it, the link will be down below for you guys. Thanks to everyone that's come over. It's an awesome place to be. So come and check it out. And remember, Foot Trading Tournament starts this weekend. If you're a subscriber, you're automatically entered into it. It's got a cash prize. It's going to be absolutely awesome. But this video, we should have, very, very soon, League SBC'S arriving. For those of you that don't know what League SBC'S are, basically EA released an SBC set, and it goes under here as part of the headers here, and it says leagues. And basically what you do is you submit players from specific leagues, and each time you do an SBC, it gives you a pack back. And once you've completed all the SBCs from that league, for whatever the requirements are, it then gives you a bigger pack at the end. Now, they've taken different forms over the years. The original League SBCs, you had to submit 11 players from each club. So say it was the Premier League, you would submit 11 players from Arsenal, 11 players from Man United, I was about to say Leeds then, sorry lads, Man City, and you would do it that way. And at the end you get a player, or you get like a 100k pack, and it was awesome. They changed that recently. So last year's one was basically multiple leagues inside the same SBC. So you could use Ligue 1 or Eredivisie for one. You could use the Premier League or Serie A for one. There was 4 SBCs in the group, and at the end of that, you then got a pack basically, and it was cool. It was decent. It was easier to grind. There's talk that we're going to be going back to the old League SBC system, and that with itself brings some potential to basically set your club up now so that you will end up with hundreds of free packs very, very quickly. I'm just going to bring up the screen here so I can show you it basically. But how do you guys get ready for that? That's the big question here. How do you get ready for it? So the most important thing to understand with League SBCs is that certain teams are usually always more expensive than other teams, and they are teams that are mainly silver and bronze heavy, okay? As you guys know, if I go onto the transfer market now and I look at a random team in the Premier League that's half decent in terms of size, let's go with Brentford, okay? If I go gold in Brentford and I search at this point, you're going to find a decent number of Brentford players on the market, okay? Loads and loads of them, all on here. It's very easy to complete that SBC with Brentford. What used to happen was, when EA decided they were going to drop League SBCs, when they required 11 players from every team, all the teams that had just been promoted, the likes of Luton, were mainly silver players. The thing about that is, we don't really pack silver players that often. They don't really go into the market that often. So what happened was, they spiked. And when we talk about spiked, we mean spiked. For 1 year, West Brom, their silvers weekly would cost you about 16,000 coins each silver to put it into West Brom, okay? It was unbelievable to trade with. It was incredible to grind with. There was so much good stuff that could be done. If we get the same system again this year, that is going to be an unbelievable play to make early doors. So how do you guys prepare your clubs? I keep talking to you guys about silvers, okay? I keep talking about League SBC silvers and all that sort of stuff. But at times gone past, you guys have gone, right, I'm going to sell them, as have I. I'm going to sell these guys now because they're up in value because of this SBC. I'm going to do this because of this SBC and whatever. Now's the time to start adjusting your mindset ever so slightly. Let's say, figuratively speaking, you go out and buy a load of Luton Town players. So the best time to buy them is going to be any time you have silver supplies, whether that's UCL marquee matchups, normal marquee matchups, a daily SBC that has silvers as part of the pack and it's tradable. When you go out and buy these players, you might be tempted to go and sell these guys if they rise. So for example, Clark the other day was extremely expensive. I'm going to go flick like further forward. We'll go just want to try and find the centre mid again. We'll just go Barkley for now. These guys got up to 3.5k. That's perfectly fine. That's a place to sell them. But if you start to an SBC causes them to rise and they only get up to 700-800 coins, maybe start to think about holding these guys rather than selling them. Because if a League SBC comes out and it is the old style, those cards will be worth thousands and thousands and thousands. Or if you are going to use these cards in that SBC, or if you're going to sell these cards for profit, make sure you buy back in again, okay? The most important thing here is, what teams do you focus on, okay? So the leagues you should focus on are the top 5 leagues. Almost certainly they're going to be used in the League SBCs, okay? Bear in mind that's if we get them, but 99.9% of the time we're going to get them. Everyone's very certain of that. What teams do you focus on? Silver heavy, as I've said, right? How do you know a silver heavy team? It is so easy. Just think and look at all the teams that have just been promoted. All the teams that have just been promoted. If we go to FootWiz and we look at the likes of Luton, so we're going to go Chong as our first one. Look at teams that have just been promoted. Go to Luton Town, and you can see that is Luton Town's team. Pure silvers. There's no golds in there whatsoever. Now, golds are continually and regularly supplied because people open up packs each day, people open up rewards, people open up division rivals, all that sort of stuff. Golds are constantly packed. So the price, they could continue going on the market, so demand and supply are meeting each other. It's not that deep. These ain't going to be packed all the time. They're only going to get packed at specific points. So these guys are going to be incredible to trade with if we get the old style. But even if we get the new style, these cards still have more of a value. So last year, for example, it was Strasbourg. You had to have a certain amount of rares in there, and it was 11 from one team and whatnot. And if you use Strasbourg and you built your club up and whatnot, the Strasbourg rares were like 4,000 coins because, again, they were silver heavy. So all you've really got to do is go to, well, FootWiz is probably the place to do it, and basically look at, I guess, Google and just search the teams that have just been promoted. So again, if we go to, I'm trying to think of a Burnley player now. I'm struggling to think of a Burnley player. Trezor, there we go. We know Burnley have just come up. So now I'll have a little look at Burnley and say, okay, cool, what are you looking like? And again, they've got 8 players that are gold, okay? Not a single striker, which we'll talk about in a second. Goalkeeper is Muric. Defender, right back, so 2 defenders, that's it. The rest of them are all sort of midfielders, okay? So again, Burnley, you know, are going to be a good team to buy into. What you can then start to do as well is once you've bought these cards and thought, okay, cool, where's my investment good? Positionally as well, for certain teams, that's when you can do really well. So obviously, for Burnley as an example, you've got a right mid, you've got a left mid. Both of them can cover the wing as well. It all depends on the formation for the SBC. Centre mid, centre mid, centre mid, all fine. You've got enough centre mids to cover them, all gold. Right back, centre back, but you haven't got a left back. You need at least one more centre back. Potentially need 2 centre backs if they go for a 3-back formation. This again is a perfect example of a team that you can buy and make decent profit for. And you just check every single one of them, every single team. You check and be like, okay, cool. This is the team I'm going to buy into. That's the team I'm going to buy into, and it's every single team that has been promoted is your first starting point. And the top 5 leagues are the most important part of that, okay? So we're going to be back in 2 seconds to give you basically a list of the players, teams that were just promoted, so you can see who it is you want to buy into. I'll be right back. Alright, and literally took me a 10-second Google search to bring up all the teams that were promoted last season. I typed in teams promoted to top 5 leagues. And there's a list right there for you of all the teams that were promoted, okay? So really, silvers from any of these clubs is going to be perfectly fine. Now, I would buy silvers from every team realistically, but if you're torn on your coins and whatnot, then these could be the places to start, okay? Really, really simple. All you got to do, go to FootWiz and look at each of these clubs and find out the positions that they don't have golds in, and you buy them, okay? So if they haven't got a gold at centre-back, or they've only got one, go and buy centre-backs. Easy, stick them in your club. And you can get these cars genuinely at like 200, 250 right now, because all these minor teams don't have any value right now. There's no need for them on the game. Everyone's just going to use a gold card, a decent silver card, higher rated card. So these are the point where they're so cheap to get that you can just stack them in your club for as long as you need to, realistically, and you're not going to get a better return on investment than that, basically. Nowhere near. But don't get hung up just on those teams, because there are other teams who are lacking in other positions. So, for example, Bournemouth, despite not being promoted last season, have only got 10 gold players. Now, if you need 11 gold players, they're going to have to use a silver. So when you look at Bournemouth again, you go, they've got a centre-back here, they've got a left-back here, but no right-back, no centre-back. That is gold. They've only got 1 centre-back that's gold. Got 2 left mids, got right mids, got centre mids, got a goalkeeper, got a striker. Only one striker though, it's a 4-4-2. You may need another striker. So it's really, really simple. And you can just look around all the teams and build them up. And the time to invest is now, really, because you want to be giving yourself the best possible opportunity to buy them as cheap as possible to make the most amount of profit when League SBCs drop. So that's what it's all about. There's going to be a video about this stuff as well, in another sort of way of thinking about how you guys get yourself ready for League SBC once we have confirmation closer to the time. But that's League SBC investing in a nutshell. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure notifications are turned on so you never miss an upload. But for now, I'm out. Peace out. Speak to you soon.